Welcome to Pumpkin Palooza. Today, October 18th, a bunch of us channels. Well, let me give you some of the core channel names. Tuli Lou Creates, Bland's Promised Land Ranch, Diane the Canning Nana, Fermented Homestead, Freedom Homestead, Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking, In the Kitchen with Karen, Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen, Kettle Kitchen, Linda's Pantry, Mennonite Farmhouse, Ormsby Farm, Me, Prepper Potpourri, Ramsey's World, Sutton's Days, and The Organized Pineapple. These are all the core channels, but we've all invited others, anyone who watches our videos, to make a video using pumpkin and post it on October 18th with the hashtag PumpkinPalooza. And tomorrow, I'm going to go through and search for that hashtag and make a playlist of all the videos. So I urge you to watch them because you may find new channels you'd like to subscribe to. And this is just kind of a fun, free-for-all, I guess, collaboration. So I hope you enjoy it. But today, what I decided to make was a Libby's recipe, and it is pumpkin cranberry bread. You know, you think of pumpkin, right? And October and November to December, you think of cranberries. So we're going to combine the two. And I am sure it is going to taste really, really good. So come along and see. Our ingredients for the bread is in the back there. We have 3 cups of flour, and then we have 3 cups of granulated sugar. For spices, we have our pumpkin pie spice, and that is 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of the pumpkin pie spice. And then we have 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. We have 1 15-ounce can of 100% pure pumpkin. And in here we have 4 large eggs donated by my chickens. Look at that beautiful orange yolks. And we have 1 cup of vegetable oil. And here, you can use water, but I'm using orange juice. You want 1/2 cup of orange juice or water. And then you need to have, you can have dried, you can have frozen or fresh cranberries. So I am using the frozen ones. And probably when I get done using these, I'm going to dehydrate these for longer keeping. And that's all there is. So let's get started. Now we're just combining our flour, our sugar, and our spices. And we're just mixing it up. Make sure the spices get through it all. And you can use to mix whatever you have on hand. You don't need to have one of these fancy tools, but I got it, so I'm going to use it. Yeah, you can see the darker. Just want to get that darker spice all through everything. That's what's giving a lot of our flavor. There we go. That's pretty good. On to our next step. Okay, I goofed. I can't believe I can't follow a recipe. The sugar wasn't supposed to be with the dry ingredients. It was supposed to be in the egg. So, I'm not redoing it. I'm just going to see what happens. Does it change the recipe or not? You'll have to wait to the end to see. Got our 4 eggs, cup of oil, 1/2 cup of juice, and our pumpkin. Mix it until just blended. Okay, we're going to add our pumpkin mixture. mix it in. Make sure you got a big enough bowl for this. See, I just put it all over my hand. Yeah, I probably could have used a little bigger bowl. Okay, we'll be back when we get this all mixed. Got it mixed well. Now we just want to fold in our cranberries. Get them all out there. One stuck. Got a pretty color combination, isn't it? Cranberry red and the orange pumpkin. Just fold it back and forth, trying to get them throughout the batter. Time to pour into our pans. What I'm going to do is use my soup thing here to get them in. And of course, I've already greased and floured my pan. Okay, they're ready for the oven, and we're going to leave them in that 350-degree oven. We'll start checking them on at 50 minutes because the smaller ones might get done first, but I think the larger one is probably going to be an hour, but we'll see. Here's our 3 mini loaves. They were done in about 55 minutes. I have the larger loaf in. I think it's going to take a little over an hour. Now let's make a glaze for the top. We're going to put in a cup of confectioner's sugar. Okay. And we want 1/4 cup of melted orange concentrate. You know, we use that orange juice in the recipe, so I took this off before I made the juice. Now we're just going to mix this up. Back when I get it all mixed. It is really orangey, but if you want, you could also add some orange zest. I'm not going to. Now let's just add some to you can use as little as you want or as much as you want. You know what? Grandkids like a lot. Okay, we're just going to let this set just a bit, and then we'll come back for a taste test. Let's cut a piece for a taste test. Oh, great. I didn't cut it the best, did I? Oh well. Still tastes good. Here's our taste test. Oh, it looks so good. Taste the pumpkin, a little tartness from the cranberries, and the glaze adds a lot to it. You know, I was a little bit afraid since it wasn't complete orange concentrate, it was orange pineapple, but believe me, it's really good. One more bite. See, there's a big piece of cranberry. It's a fast and easy recipe. Even if you goof up the recipe, it turns out just fine. So I hope you try this Pumpkin Palooza recipe, which is pumpkin cranberry bread. So here's what I learned making the recipe. Even though I didn't follow the recipe, you know, I added the sugar to the flour instead of mixing it with the eggs, it turned out just fine. Now I think it would have been better if I used firmer loaf pans to maintain the shape, and I kind of squeezed them all in that pan, so in the future I wouldn't do that and I'd use different pans. Now be careful, the bottom of the bread can burn. For my large loaf, it got rather black on the bottom, so I just took my bread knife and thinly cut off the bottom, and then it was fine and nobody knew the difference. And you know, I used orange pineapple juice because that's what I had in the freezer. I didn't have any orange juice concentrate, and it was excellent in the bread and really gave a neat taste to the glaze. I mean, it was excellent. Bottom line is the bread was moist, sweet with a little cranberry tang. Husband and those at work absolutely loved it, and those at work wanted the recipe. So it was a great success. It is really, really good. Now make sure you're watching all the other videos in the collaboration, and I am making a playlist tomorrow of all the channels that are participating. So check them out, because there should be new channels that you may not have heard of and you may want to subscribe to. As always, please subscribe and share the knowledge. Thank you.